Why Media Group? The fastest growing media group in North America.
Hello, we have today with us Meir Ezra and his son Gal Ezra.
Hello, hi.
Hi. If I say that they are amazing people, that would be an understatement, because they are and more. There are some people who are amazing, and then there are some people who are beyond amazing. These two gentlemen are beyond amazing.
Thank you.
In one of our earlier segments, we had spoken about how we can have an amazing relationship with the spouse, with kids, with siblings and all. So I'll start with that. Meir, would you like to start with that? Because I see that the relationships for you personally in your life are wow, and nothing less than wow. So can you, looking at your example and with your son sitting next to you, can you explain the principles behind this?
Yeah. So relationship is a very misunderstood subject, as we can see that most of the relationships sooner or later break. So it's a very misunderstood subject, probably the most misunderstood subject in human history. And why it is? Because relationship is a kind of, you take two things and you glue them together, but without glue. You glue them together without glue. And this gluing together without glue can happen only if the connection is very clean. If there is dirt in the middle, the relationships start to break and it doesn't hold together anymore. So relationship is really a word that describes the cleanness of the surfaces. So when I have a relationship with my son, if it is clean, which means if I don't lie to him, if I don't cheat him, if I don't invalidate him, if I don't make him wrong, if I let him be himself, if I let him have his own viewpoint, if I fully understand that him being self-determined, which means that he can have his own viewpoint, is more important than anything else. If I really understand that, I will have an amazing relationship. And when you build relationship with that understanding, that number one, it has to be clean, and number two, each person in the relationship has to have a freedom of viewpoint.
Wow.
Then you have an amazing relationship and you have powerful people, not robots. Robots make mistakes. Robots don't expand. Robots are limited and robots are very dead. And when the members of the group is dead robots, the group will die.
Well, this is amazing, because in our culture, whatever the dad says, everyone else has to follow. Or that's what it used to be. Now with the changing times, the woman of the house working, the kids growing up, getting exposed to so many different elements, the father still likes to be the man of the house, which really doesn't work these days. So for those men, what is your advice?
If you have good relationship, you don't have to use force to be the man of the house. If you need force to be the man of the house, you already lost the house. They may follow you in front of you, but they will go against you behind your back. So it's not really good. The reason my son, the reason Gali did what I asked him to do is because he really wanted to. He understood that what I asked him is pro-survival. And in order to do that, there's a few things that you need to understand about children and then about the family. The first thing that you need to understand about children, and probably the most important thing, is children don't learn from listening or from teaching. They learn only by looking. So if you are pro-survival, if you make pro-survival decisions, if you don't drink, if you don't do drugs, if you handle people around you with very high respect on the one hand, but on the other hand, you demand results, you'll see that he will behave like that because he learned by looking. On the other hand, it has to be very clear that what belongs to him belong to him. And belong mean if it's his, if the pen is his, if you want to break it, break it. If you want to use it, use it. If he doesn't want to use it, don't use it. If it is room, he do whatever he wants in his room, which explain to him that there is other areas that not his. And he let other people do whatever they need to do in that area. And if you understand the different principles, this is just two, of how to educate a child and how to build the relationship, you don't need force. If you need force, you are already wrong.
Correct. Thank you for sharing that. Two things, but first let me come to Gal and then I'll come back to you. You said he follows and he does a lot. Gal, did you have the freedom to choose for working for yourself, by yourself, or were you forced, cajoled, pushed, influenced, bamboozled into doing what he wanted you to do?
Yeah, I was definitely forced. No, I'm joking. I was definitely not forced, not even close. I started by running my own businesses. So I started by doing events. That's my background. So it really was not in his playing field at all. I ran and owned some of the largest music festivals in South Africa.
Wow.
That's how I started, and still running to this day for 10 plus years. Definitely not something that he forced me into, right? That's something that I started young, it started small, and I built it, and he supported me fully in the background with guidance. And I actually went to him and respected his opinion highly, because throughout my life, there was never anything forced. So definitely, there was never any forcing. It was really, as he said, setting a good example as a father, lots of love, and really allowing the things that are mine to be mine, and allowing my opinion to be my opinion, and treating me, on the one hand, yes, I was a child, but on the other hand, giving me the respect like I was an adult, not like I'm a kid that should be, on the side, and children should be seen, not heard. Never, ever in our house. My opinion mattered, and because of that, I could blossom. So I first of all went and did what I wanted, but in the back of my mind, I always, ever since I was little, by the way, said, I want to work with my father. So despite there being quite a way of me doing my own thing, it ended up being what I want to do. And I still do some of my own things, but largely we're working together.
Yeah, my purpose is generally was all the time to make my kids self-governed. So I don't need to tell them what to do. So they don't have to be worried because of force. So they need to be self-governed. They need to be able to look at the situation, evaluate, and make the most pro-survival decision that could be done for the situation. And this could happen only if they learn that from the age of 0. How will they learn that? By giving them the power of choice. This is yours. Do whatever you want. I trust you. Whatever decision you make, I will support you. Yes, I will give you data, but at the end, the decision is yours, and any decision that you make, I'm with you. Any decision.
Wow.
Yeah, and I can add to it, I think that a big thing that happens these days this isn't these days, this is always the case. You have a child, and the child does something that the parent doesn't think is right, whatever that might be. Now, the parent has two options to say, look, here's my view on it, but it's your life, and I'm here to guide you and to catch you when you fall. And the other option is, look, here's my view on it, and I'm going to really destroy our relationship if you do that.
Wow.
That's what often happens. We will argue, we will fight, I'll make you into my enemy if you do that. And all too often, the net result of option 2 is if we fight, the kid is still going to do those things that you don't agree with. They're going to find a way. And at the end of it all, they'll maybe one day decide not to do it. But by the way, the relationship between you and the kid got destroyed.
Yeah.
The other option is the kid is going to go and find a way to do it. But at the end of the day, he knows I'm going to call mom or I'm going to call dad when I fall because I still love them. And one day they'll decide not to do it. And at the end, and it's the long game, at the end, there's a great relationship still.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gail. What a lovely explanation. What a lovely sharing. Many things I can pick from this and learn. Mm-hmm. But one thing that it stood out was that I have the freedom. I was given the freedom by my dad, told that this may not be right for you according to his viewpoint, but then still the freedom, and then you chose correctly. By the way, I have seen Gal in action many times. This past 1 week, with a 7-month-old child, he was running around making sure that the event went off perfectly. No glitches, no hitches, no questions, no ifs, no buts. You think of something that needs to be done, and Gal has already done it.
Yeah.
So if he says that he's been organizing music festivals in South Africa and that he's immensely successful, that I just saw this in real life last week.
Thank you.
Oh, all thanks to you. Bringing it back to you, Meir. Guide, explain, share. Is there a guarantee, and I'm using my words very carefully, is there a guarantee that the child would still do what is right?
Yeah. Why? People are basically good, and people instinctively want to do good. The spirit is perfect, and anything that is not perfect is not the spirit. And the only time when someone is doing bad is because he tried to do good, but he doesn't know. So it seems that is bad, but if you will go and check, you will see that he actually tried to do good. Actually, the definition of the word sin is something that you do in an effort to resolve a problem.
Could you repeat that, please?
One of the definition of the word sin is something that you do in an effort to resolve a problem. I don't have money. I don't know how to make money. I have not been educated how to deliver value. So I steal. Is it a sin? Yes. But is the idea behind the person that doing it is pro-survival? Yes, he wants to survive. He doesn't know how to survive ideally, not only for himself, but taking into account his family and the group, etc. So he's doing something bad. But actually, if you would check, if you will sit and talk to him, he's trying to do something good. Very limited viewpoint, but something good. So actually, if you will see that provided that you provide your children the actual understanding of how things work, 99.999% is that they will do good. If I teach my son how to be a mechanic and he knows how to fix a car, he will fix the car. Maybe one day he will be upset and he will break something, but 99.999% of the time he will fix the car. So when you see something broken, the basic reason is there was a misunderstanding that led to a sin, and then after the person committed the sin, he says, oh, look how bad I am, So he's doing less, and the less he's doing, the less he will improve, and the deterioration goes on. If you understand that people are basically good, people are really, really good, they do terrible things, but they are really good. The intention is good. And that's what you have to work with the intention. So when I work with my kids, my son was 6 years old, Neo, not Gal, and he came to me and he said, I want to smoke. I said, good, what do you want, Marlboro or Kent? What do you want? And he said, whatever he said, and I said, good, here is the cigarette, here is the lighter, this is how you light it, this is how you smoke.
Amazing.
You want to smoke? I explained to him what it means, gave him the data. He wants to, not a problem. You make your own decisions. And someone will tell me, yes, but he's too young to decide. No. The Spirit knows. The Spirit knows. The Spirit knows. And when you as a parent drop this one major fact, major truth that the Spirit knows, is like you destroy the kid. It's like when you were a child, you knew a lot of things. And people pushed you to make bad things because they did not trust you. They did not really ask, why did you do that? And if they would ask, how can I help? What don't you understand? What data do you need? I know that you are good. I know that you are good. I have zero doubt about it. And if that will be the viewpoint of children, 100% guarantee you get only good. This is the proof.
Absolutely.
This is the proof. And not only him, my daughter Hadar, super amazing. You know her. Neo, super amazing. You never seen someone more truthful than Neo.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing what you've just said. Now a quick question, and I won't take too much of time on this. There, last few years, a lot of people, young people, have migrated into Canada as students or as work permits, and they are not getting enough job opportunities. And some of them are getting moved in the direction of stealing, robbing, yada. In one or two sentences, what would be your message for them? Not kids, they are young adults, 19, 20, 21, 22. Would you have a message for them?
Yeah. If you are in a position where you do not find jobs, if you get into a position where you cannot support yourself, the problem is before. There's a principle. When you see a problem here, the source is before. You study, and now you cannot use what you study. The only reason that what you study was not in order to get results, but to get a certificate. And because you don't study for results, you cannot bring results. And because you cannot bring results, you cannot find a job. If I study and I can actually get results, people will stand in line to use me. Because companies don't have shortage for people that can bring result. Why? Because result means that I bring value, that bring value back to the company. So the only time you don't get jobs, and it sounds very harsh, but it's the truth, is because you messed up before. You didn't actually study for result. You study for a certificate, for a diploma. And you don't remember anything of what you studied. And you don't actually know how to bring results. And because of that, you cannot get a job. What I suggest is that you go back and figure out a lower job where you will learn how to bring results. And bring result in that job, make it your life mission. Even if you work for McDonald's, to be the best in McDonald's, to be like really the best, that everyone will talk about you, about how amazing you are. and bring results, and you will see that you will progress, and you will see that you will progress. And probably the best story there is just a short story. When I was in South Africa, I just arrived to South Africa, and the chairman of the board of South Africa was a black guy that started as a pump attendant. A pump attendant. He was walking to his home every night, probably 15, 20 kilometers, and walking every morning to become a pump attendant. But he was the best, and he organized, and he trained the people, and he came up with ideas on how to improve. He raised the income of this station that it was a small station, but it became the most earning station in South Africa because people loved him, because he bring result. And he went up and up and up and became the head of VP in South Africa because of results. He started with no education, with no nothing. He became so obsessed with bringing result that he will sleep in the service station, and he will train people, and he will bring people. And anyone can. If you understand the principle, I need to bring value to my company at least 8 times more than what I cost. And if not, I'm stealing from them.
Wow, wow, wow. Meir, this last 2-3 minutes what you've shared can help endless number of young people who are demoted, demoralized, moving towards things that would and can ruin their lives. This message, even if 1% of them can imbibe this can change lives and have a cascading effect on their friends, others, and more and more people. So thank you for sharing that. We are actually out of time. So I'll thank you on behalf of Via Media for sharing such amazing insights, for having such an amazing son, who himself is extremely capable, extremely able, extremely dedicated. So my compliments to both of you. And of course, I, Kamal Bhatia, take your leave today on this platform, Y Media, and I'm sure through the medium of Y Media, through the channel Y Media, this message will go out to increasing number of people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I will say just one last word. There's a lot to learn. And if anybody wants to get more information, you can go to gprosperity.com and get the tools that you need in your life, in your business, and for your family.
Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Kamal, thank you. Gali, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I love you.
Love you.
And Y Media, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Y Media Group, the fastest growing media group in North America.